Hello. Welcome, America. This is day 6 of the revolution to fix democracy. Happy to be here in front of the state capitol, streaming live to you today with the monumental goal of correcting the failure in democracy that we see before us. The political travesty known as the 2016 election has brought the people of our country together in disbelief. We're disgusted by politics, ashamed of our leaders, and feel as if our vote does not count. I have a hope for the future of our nation. I see a future where this nation's leaders reflect the values and principles of honorable and loving citizens. I dream of a day when we can vote for candidates we believe in and not simply the lesser of two evils. I have the solution, and I need your help to build it. That solution is Vote Matrix. Vote Matrix is a platform for a better democracy, a democracy of well-informed voters and accountable politicians, a democracy where every citizen is represented in the polls, in legislation, and in Congress. A democracy that places trust with those who deserve it and empowers those who fight for the people. Vote Matrix is our hope. It bridges the gap between lawmakers and voters by taking the DNA of legislation, breaking it down into universal principles, uses analysis from leading experts that you trust, filters that information through your worldview, and ultimately provides you with intelligent, well-researched voting guidance and instant feedback to representatives based on your principles. This means that your opinion counts, your voice is heard, and that your vote is the right one every time and every election. I'm here today to make a difference, because if we don't act, nothing will change. Please join me to fix democracy by liking and sharing on Facebook, voicing your support on Twitter, funding the app development on our Kickstarter, or coming down and chatting with me here at the state capitol in Sacramento today, or I'll be here again tomorrow on Election Day. All the information is on our website at www.votematrix.com, and you can use hashtag FixDemocracy or hashtag VoteMatrix to chat about this on the social networks. If you want to hear more about the problems and my solution, then keep listening and post comments on the stream if you're watching live for me to address either immediately afterwards, or if you're watching this video after the stream ends, then I'll comment on them as I see them. So I am going to jump over to the Vote Matrix website. All right. And then on the homepage, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the failures, the top 3 failures in democracy that we are concerned about, that Vote Matrix is concerned about, but this is not the limitation of the fixed democracy movement. These are just the top 3 things that we think are the major problems in democracy. The first one being lack of knowledge. So in order to voters to vote smart, and that's what you can use hashtag Vote Smart to talk about this, but democracy is about making government work for you. But in our democracy, you're obligated to vote days of research before every election to ensure you know who and what to vote for. You're given biased information from each side and are expected to listen to the media, search the internet, verify television ads, watch inconsequential debates, and then come to a rational and well-reasoned decision that matches your principles. The sad truth is that the majority of voters don't have the time or the desire to do this. Vote Matrix provides a solution. With real-time, personalized approval ratings on every candidate and measure, you'll have what you need to vote smart in less time by simply creating your personal principle matrix. The Vote Matrix Ballot app will then provide you with the information you need to vote intelligently every election without tedious research. The app uses information you provide in the principle matrix and the trust matrix to generate personalized approval ratings for each candidate and measure on your ballot. The second major issue is the two-party system, and you can use hashtag #more-than-2 to discuss this. And this is about democracy not being about setting up 2 clubs where members of each are our only options. Instead, we've been told by these clubs that our vote will be wasted if we don't vote for their candidates. The sad truth is that they are correct. Unless enough people agree to vote for a third-party candidate, you are wasting your vote. So Vote Matrix provides a solution. With real-time, principle-based polling feedback to the median voters, you know how likely your vote is for a third-party candidate to succeed. But more importantly, others will also know that you support that third-party candidate and that they stand a real chance of winning. So we will all know that we're not wasting our vote in order to get the best politician into office. The final major issue with democracy is accountability. You can use hashtag #RepresentUs to talk about that. After Election Day, your elected officials have little need to cater to your opinions unless those opinions are represented by a political action group, a union, or a company. They instead heed the call of their wealthy campaign contributors, lobbyists, or other member of their party who promise them political favors. The truth is that after Election Day, your voice is lost to them. Vote Matrix has a solution. With real-time, principle-based legislation feedback, your representative knows exactly how their constituents and you want them to vote and which bills they should author or support based on that feedback. Every action by that politician is then tracked in the system and then either raises or lowers their approval rating and their ability to win the next election. This, combined with an educated electorate and third-party viability, will reduce corruption in Congress to a minimum. So those are the main three problems that we're addressing with the Fixed Democracy movement that we've identified and that hopefully you can support us on. So we need your help to get the word out there that we need this system. This system is not for this election, but it is being built to make sure that we have the best candidates for the next major election. So please, we need your support. We need likes, we need shares on Facebook, and we need people talking about this. This is day 7 of me being out here trying to gather support from you and the local community. The second tab on the website is the Vote Matrix PVS, and this provides kind of the functionality that we're building into the Vote Matrix principled voting system. So it's made up of 4 interconnected AI apps that help you vote smart, to help the candidates represent you, and to help third-party candidates stand a chance. The first app is the Principle Matrix. This is an app where you can go in and define which principles are most important to you and define what your worldview is in our app. This is the core of Vote Matrix, and this is what separates Vote Matrix from a lot of the other methods of researching what to vote for. The second major aspect of the Vote Matrix PVS is the Trust Matrix app. Now, this is a really key app that ensures that the information you receive in the Vote Matrix system is completely unbiased, or at least biased in a way that's okay with you. So by defining your principles, you are setting up your worldview, but we need analysts to research the measures, the candidates, and to map line item legislation to universal principles, and to map politicians' actions to universal principles. So in this system, the Trust Matrix, you'll be able to choose those analysts amongst the ones that make sense to you or that you trust. So this could be a family member who you trust, this could be a major news organization that you trust, this could be a political pundit or a religious leader, a union representative, or any of the people who go out there and it's their job to do the research on these issues. And the nice thing about this system is that even though they're out there doing this, we have a feature called bias block, which means that they're not mapping their recommendations directly to their supporters, they're mapping them to universal principles. So we have a middle layer that ensures checks and balances are in place so that your results in the system are not dependent upon your analyst's personal principles. So they can't bias the vote very easily by recommending directly to you. Instead, they're just mapping to principles, which if they do incorrectly, they will also be tracked in the system, and you'll be notified that they are not doing their job as an analyst. So the Vote Matrix is all about trust, who to trust, and to make sure that you get the best information without the possibility of corruption. So the third major app is the Vote Matrix Ballot app, and this is where you go on Election Day to see those results, to see exactly on your ballot very easily what your principals say you should vote on each of the ballot measures and candidates. So you don't have to spend the hours, the days of research and figuring out which sites are trustworthy or not. You have this all configured in one system, one place where you can go on election day and easily vote for a candidate. And then once you do that, you'll be able to share your opinions, either your principles or your votes, with your friends on social networks to help them vote smarter. So if we all get together in this system, then all of us will be voting in a principled manner based on our principles, and will effectively remove corruption from politics. The fourth app is the Vote Matrix Gov App. So this is what happens after Election Day, once your representative is in office, and this is what keeps them accountable. It tracks all of their actions and then keeps track that we already have your principles in the system. So if they do anything that goes against those principles, then you'll be notified. And in addition to being notified, so you can take action as either protesting or contacting them, you could also take action in the next election by voting them out, as their actions will affect their results in the next Vote Matrix ballot app that you view. So that's the system in a nutshell, and we have this nice analogy for the functionality of Vote Matrix. You can think of Vote Matrix as a political matchmaking system run by your personal crack team of investigators in a high security bunker in order to make your voice heard and ensure we hire the best person for the job of representing you. So that, in a nutshell, is Vote Matrix, and we'd love to talk with you about either the system that I'm building or any other ideas you have around fixing democracy and what we can do to make sure that corruption is out of politics and that the best candidates for the job are in office and doing what their constituents want them to do. So that's what we're here about at Vote Matrix, and we hope you support us, and we really do need your support. So thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting us.